Hello children, in class 11th mathematics we had started permutation and combinations, and in the first two videos we have covered permutations. Now today we are going to cover the properties and combinations. So let's start with combinations. So from the previous videos we already know that permutation is selection as well as arrangement, but combinations only deal with selection. For example, formation of team from a number of players. So selection of players from a number of people. Formation of a committee from a number of members. Here we are only going to select certain members to form a committee. Same way we are going to select certain good players from the number of given players. So these are the examples of combinations which deals with only selection, not the arrangement, which means each of the different groups or selection which can be made by taking some or all of a number of things at a time, irrespective of the order. So here order does not matter. Combinations are denoted by CNR. N things taken are at a time, or we can say NCR, and the formula is n factorial divided by r factorial n minus r factorial. So if we have to calculate NC0 according to the formula n factorial upon 0 factorial n minus 0 factorial. So in the previous video we learned that 0 factorial is 1 into n factorial. So this is 1. NC0 is 1. Same way if you try NCN, we will have n factorial upon n factorial into n minus n factorial. So this we can better cancel. So 1 upon 0 factorial, which is 1. So NC0 and NCN is always going to be 1. Now we will study properties of combination. The first property is NCR will be same as NCN minus R. For example, if I have N5 and R2, according to this 5C, N is again 5 minus 2. They both should be equal. That means R and N minus R. The sum is N itself. So let's try with the formula 5 factorial, 2 factorial and 5 minus 2 factorial, which is 3 factorial. Now let's try solving this part. 5, 3 and 5 minus 3, 2. So both are same. So for all the numbers we can say NCR will be same as NC n minus R for the numbers whose sum is n. So roughly if I say 6C4 will be same as 6C2 will be equal, because the sum of 4 and 2 will be 6. 6C5 and 6C1 will be same because the sum is 6. So this is the first property. Now here second property follows from the first one. See, NCX and NCY are equal. Either x and y have to be equal or the sum should be n. Suppose in this case n and n, 6 and 6, both are same. NCX is equals to NCY. They are equal under the condition when x and y are adding up to n, which is 6 here. Or if directly we want to keep them equal, 6C5 will be same as 6C5 only, or 6C1. So either the sum of R should be same as n, or the numbers of combination should be exactly same. That means x and y to be equal. The proofs are not there in the syllabus. You just need to remember the properties to use them in questions. The third property is actually a very important formula, which is also known as Pascal's rule. NCR and NCR minus 1. The sum will be n plus 1 CR, and R will always lie between 1 to n. This you need to remember because proofs are not there in the syllabus. You can still do it from the book, and in fact you need not refer to the book. Directly apply the formula. Suppose this, if I want to open n factorial, r factorial, n minus r factorial. Only the formula of combinations I am opening. R minus 1 factorial and n minus r plus 1 factorial. You keep opening this, you will get this as RHS. Fourth property, NCR and NCR minus 1 divided will be same as n minus r plus 1 by r. A formula that you need to remember, but see with the help of example. Suppose n is 5 and r is 4. So 5c4 and here 3, 5c3. So according to the formula, it should be n, 5, r, 4 and 1 upon r, which is 4. So after solving this, I have directly got 1 by 2. And if I go with the formula, this 5 factorial, 4 factorial, 5 minus 4 factorial. So here 5 and 5 cancel. 1 upon 4 into 1 factorials into this will go in the numerator, and after solving I got exact 1 by 2. So the formulas are just the shortcuts. You can easily find out with the usual way. Same way the other two properties are again the other two formulas. Better if you can remember, otherwise you can use the single formula of NCR for solving questions. N factorial, r factorial and n minus r factorial. So this is the best way to solve. If you are good in remembering, well and good, you can remember. And the condition here is r will always lie between 1 to n. So let's try some questions. Find the value of 10c4. 10 factorial upon 4 factorial into 10 minus 4 factorial. So which is 10 factorial, 4 factorial and 6 factorial. So this number is near. I will write 10, 9, 8, 7 into 6 factorial. 4 I will open and 6 factorial I will keep as it is to cancel them. 4 into 3 into 2. 6 and 6 cancel. 4 and 2 will be cancelled with 8 and 3 with 9. So I am left with 210. Evaluate C85. Just another notation, C85 is actually 8C5. Applying the same formula, 8, 5 and 8 minus 5, 3. This is near. 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 and 3 I am opening. So cancel. 3 into 2, 2. So the answer is 56. Question number 4. NP2 permutations. 4 factorial upon 4 minus 2, 2 factorial. And C combinations. 4 factorial, 2 factorial and 4 minus 2, 2 factorial. So these all got cancelled. 2 factorial will be equal to n, which is equal to 2. Now next we have practical problems on combination. For example, in how many ways can 4 persons be selected from amongst 9 persons? So here we are dealing only with the selection. So we have to select 4 persons from 9 persons. So 9 and 4 will be selected at a time. Applying the formula, 9 factorial, 4 factorial, 9 minus 4, 5 factorial. We will solve and get 126 possible combinations are there. The same question continued, how many times a particular person be always selected? That means one person is always selected out of 9. So that means 1 into, for remaining 3 persons we are going to find from 8C3, because 1 is already selected for sure, so that there is only one way for that selection. For others, remaining 3 person will be selected from remaining 8 person. So 8C3 we will solve. 8 factorial, 3 factorial into 8 minus 3, 5 factorial, that will give you 56. 56 combinations are possible. The next type is, how many diagonals are there in a heptagon? Heptagon is 7-sided polygon, and for n-sided polygon the formula is the number of diagonals for n-sided polygon. The formula is nc2 minus n. So in our case we have heptagon which is a 7-sided polygon. So we will take 7c2 minus 7. Let's solve. 7 factorial, 2 factorial and 7 minus 2, 5 factorial minus 7. So first we will solve this completely. 7 into 6 into 5 factorial upon 2 into 5. So this is 3. 21 minus 7. So the total diagonals we have 14 in a heptagon. So in the same way we can find for any number of sides. Only you need to remember this formula, the number of diagonals for n-sided polygon, nc2 minus n. One question I have taken from the exercise 12E. Question 4. In how many ways can a team of 11 players be selected from 14 players when 2 of them can play as goalkeepers only? That means we have total players are 14, out of which we have 2 goalkeepers and other 12 players. So in the game we need only one goalkeeper in one team. So from this we will select one which says 2C1 into, we have to select 11 players in all, and since one goalkeeper we have selected, I am left with only 10 players to be selected from the remaining lot. So 12C10. 1 plus 10 will be 11 players out of 14 players. 12 plus 2. Now here you can simplify this. Bigger numbers you can always simplify. 12C10 will be same as 12C2. The first property, the sum is 12. So in place of 12C10 I can write 12C2 just to ease the calculation, nothing else. So after solving you will get 132. 7th question. In how many ways can a committee consisting of a chairman, a secretary, treasurer and 4 ordinary members be chosen from 8 persons? So total people are 8, out of which we need to select 1 chairman, 1 secretary, 1 treasurer and 4 ordinary members. So first of all we will select 1 chairman. So out of 8 people we are going to select 1 into, now 1 has already been selected as chairman, so 7 people remaining, out of 7 1 secretary, Out of 6, 1 treasurer and remaining 5, 4 will be selected as ordinary members. Solving part I am leaving on you. Select committees of 5 members. So we have to make combos of 5 members from 8 officials and 4 non-officials. The cases given are: first case, committee consists of exactly 3 officials out of 8 and exactly 2 non-official out of 4. So out of 8 officials we are selecting 3 and out of 4 non-officials we are selecting 2. Then second part says each consists at least 2 non-official members, means it can be more than 2 but not less than 2. So let's make different combination cases. So first combination, we are selecting exactly 2 non-official. So to complete total 5 members in the committee, I need to select 3 from officials. Or the other case can be, I am selecting 3 from here. So to complete 5 members, I need to select only 2. So 3 plus 2 will be 5. Next case, all 4 I am selecting from non-official, and to complete 5 members, 1 I am selecting from official. I cannot go further because I have a total of 4 non-officials only. So I cannot go beyond it. So only 3 cases are possible. This we have already solved in this part. Here the answer was 336. Here after solving you will get 112 and here 8. Adding up all the 3 cases, you will get the total possible combinations. So I have covered all the types of combinations. After this video you can try 12D and 12E.